Rita and Amy.
Hi, good, good, Mary, how about you?
Good evening, folks. Sorry we're late, we got caught up in this.
Don't start.
Welcome to the meeting. I'd like to call meeting to order and we'll all join in the pledge of flag. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome again, and does anyone have any public comments on the agenda items as they're listed? Okay, if none, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
What's this authorization to demo the Ridge Valley Road property?
What is your name, sir?
Chad Davis, 4315 Finland Road.
Chad Davis. Thank you.
The Township Public Works put together a quote to demolish the building out there, Ridge Valley Road. Because we have other buildings that we can utilize, just one less building.
Why don't you sell them?
Sell it? One of the reasons that we probably wouldn't sell it, it's always up to the Board of Supervisors, but it's, we want to preserve 30% of our open space, and it's some land that is for open space.
It just doesn't make sense to pay money to demolish a building that if you're not using it, sell it. Why should we, as taxpayers, have a burden of the property that we're not using?
The estimated cost is about $2,500.
Yeah.
Demolishing the building.
If you may, if I may, we had just about 6-8 years ago, we had a tenant, we tried to rent it, and we had an issue with the noise and stuff with the neighbors, so that didn't go over very well, so we got rid of that. The small nature of the property, I don't think it's worth selling it,
The property's worth more.
because you're gonna have it, then you're gonna have an issue with somebody else. We do want open space, and the easiest way to get rid of the headache that we have there with the building, that we don't need, and that we don't need to spend money on maintaining, is to get rid of it.
Right, one of the other things is it's zoned residential,
Right.
and, you know, then you'd be trying to find a commercial use in a residential zone.
And even more than that, the property, it's a building on open space, and the land underneath the property was probably dedicated to the township for a specific purpose, or the township acquired it as open space. And so to use it for anything else, if you were going to sell it, you would, number one, have to put it out to bid, and number two, you'd have to go to court to get approval to sell the building to someone else under the Deeded and Dedicated Land, Donated Lands Act. So the cost of that is more than the cost of demolishing the building. So demolishing the building is actually the least expensive method.
And not only that, but we can fix the issue that's happening out on Ridge Valley Road. Currently, there is water coming out on Ridge Valley Road, and we'll be able to fix the ditch.
Lots of reasons.
Right.
Any other comments? Not, we'll move ahead. Want to announce that we're going to be holding an executive session tonight at this meeting, and we also had executive sessions on the 6th of March and the 14th of March. Next on the list is a consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion for approval of the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Okay, moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Confirmed appointments, we have none tonight, so we'll go right into committee reports. Planning Commission. Hi,
Evening.
Chris.
How are you doing, Mike?
Good, how you doing, Chris?
All right. So, Planning Commission met for the first time of the year last week. First item of business was the reorganization. We voted to keep the same configuration. I am the chairman, Alex Ulmer is the vice chairman, and Tim Ruth is the secretary. So, first applicant, we had 4 applicants actually, was Sketch Plan, Eastern Montgomery Properties. They're in the PC2 district, out on Old Mill Road, second lot in from Forest. They're looking to build a 9,000 square foot building for equipment repair, equipment repair shop. They own a site construction company. They actually own 2 lots there. They want to merge the 2, totaling 1.97 acres. They also want to construct a 6,600 square foot fenced storage area. Now, at face value, it's larger than what the use would allow, but there's some caveats within the zoning that could possibly allow him to have that large of a storage area, fenced storage area, and I guess you guys are gonna hash it out with Greg here and see what they can make work. And we were on board with that as well. They would need to do a holding tank for septic. They would also need an agreement if septic ever comes down that road, that would be in the.
Chris, are they accessing off of Old Mill?
Yeah. Yep.
So it would be on the 309, the old 309 side coming in from Forest.
Yes, if you're coming in from Forest, it's the second lot in on the left, well, second and third.
Well, was there any discussion or talk about the road?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay.
You're very intuitive.
Yeah,
I'll
thank
give
you.
that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just about to get to that.
Okay.
Street improvements. Steve has suggested waiving curb and sidewalk, as well as a traffic study in consideration of road improvements from Forest to the site. And they seem agreeable to look into that, and I guess that's another thing that zoning man and Steve will hash out with them.
Okay.
So, I guess that was that for him. Next applicant was Gottwalls, and I believe you guys are here tonight. You're gonna present? Okay, so I'll be brief. They're a minor subdivision, looking for preliminary final in the SR district. They're on Detweiler Road, if you're familiar with the Detweiler Farm. They're an adjoining property to that. It's, what is the acreage there? They want to subdivide 10 plus to a 1.73 acre lot that would have the existing house, and then an 8.24 acre vacant lot, should be called Lot 2. Lot 2 would be a lane lot, which would be continued to be farmed. They want to continue to farm that property, consolidate with the existing farmland around them and by the Detweilers. That's accurate. So that's the crux of this project.
How's the sewer being handled there, Chris?
That will be TBA, Tupper,
Yeah.
sewer and water, yeah. So they have their apps in place and whatnot for that. The curb and sidewalk, we agreed to waive, but we're looking to throw in a caveat there. If the 8 acre lot is ever developed with more than one home, we want them to have curb and sidewalk to continue from existing 4 lots, 1 and 2. If they don't develop that, then we're not looking for any curb and sidewalks, and they're willing to pay the fee on those.
So you have a position that you're taking?
Pardon me?
Are you taking a position to sideline?
We were on board with that idea, waiving sidewalks unless the larger lot is developed with more than one home. You have curb and sidewalk coming up from, was that Providence 2? Yeah. Ends at the end of Providence 2 there. We also have curb and sidewalk on the other side of the street, coming all the way up.
Right, yeah.
Through development.
Very well.
So, we're recommending conditional preliminary final. And like I said, they're gonna present, I guess, and see before. So that was the Gotwalls. Third applicant was Caroluzzi Max Truck Repair. They're out on Old Mill Road at the corner of Old 309. They came in with a sketch plan. They're looking to add 1,181 square foot additional truck bay to the front of the existing building. It's in the PC2 district. The new zoning that we had come up with back in, I guess, in 11 would allow what they want to do, except for we might have some problems with parking. So they also own the adjoining lots out on the corner. There's a antique business there.
Where they used to have rental trucks and stuff there,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
Yeah.
So they were agreeable to at least joining one of those lots, maybe both, with the lot that has a truck repair service on it now, to allow for additional parking. The street improvements, you've seen it out there, it's just wide open paving and stone, there's no curve or anything right around the corner, so we at least need to have, some controlled points of access is what Steve's on. So that's something they're gonna come back with in another draft. Another issue we had was buffering. And I forget what we actually came over this, there was a lot of discussion about it. They didn't really wanna have too much for buffering because they're all big trucks and a fence wouldn't hide the truck. It would only hide the bottom half of the truck. So they're gonna start working on that and hashing out some type of buffering situation for it. So they're gonna come back, we didn't really act on that at all, so that was Carl Lucy.
Okay.
All right, so then the last was Fresco. Fresco brought in a sketch plan for a lot line adjustment. They are in the process of picking up some property from Rockhill Mennonite Church, which is now Ridgeline Community Church. Paperwork's in place. They are looking to pick up 1.6 acres of adjoining property to allow for expansion on the rear of the Fresco property. So again, this was just sketch plan. Everything seemed okay with it. GCM engineers didn't have any problem with it. So they're gonna move forward, I guess, and come back. I guess they don't own the property yet. I guess they're waiting to get our input. So that was it for us that night.
Okay, any questions?
No, I don't. Good job, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Make a motion for approval.
Yep, I'll make.
Planning Commission report?
You made the motion?
Yes.
Okay, I'll second. Oh,
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Park and Rec.
Fear Park and Rec is finally here. Love it. All right, pretty quick and easy. We're official, Little Free Library. We have our charter, so it's awesome. So we actually have a plaque. We're gonna start, have a dedication ceremony, April 20th, 8:45, right before the Fishing Derby. So it's something that we're kind of, we finally see it all coming together. It's finally gonna be here. Dedication ceremony is gonna finalize everything from when Kelly introduced it initially. The Little Free Library is just something awesome. We're gonna be on a map. I guess it's registered and it's all, we have the charter. It's just a matter of putting it on a map once it's set up. So once it gets set up by the Fishing Derby, right, Craig?
Right. It'll be all set up.
We'll be all set up. I appreciate that. And we do have a steward. Robbie stepped up. He's gonna be a steward. He's gonna check in weekly to make sure there's books. It's clean, it's kept, it's maintained. And Suzanne has a little library. I think she's got one in her office to help fill if we need some backfill. So we're gonna be able to take care of that. So I think that's awesome. And that brings us to the Fishing Derby, which is April 20th as well. That will be right after the Little Free Library. Kind of gonna have about 100 kids possibly, hopefully on that day. And then we're gonna have, the access to that little free library, so you might have to bring a couple extra books over there, so that's awesome, so they can share. Just want to say, this is our 9th year of the Fishing Derby, so it's pretty awesome. It's been 9 years since its inception. I appreciate the supervisors supporting it and always giving cash donation for some prizes, so I appreciate what you guys are doing. I want a special thanks to Jay for spearheading a lot of sponsorships throughout the years from the beginning. Door knocking and finding sponsorships and finding money to fund it. I appreciate anybody that's given to the Park and Rec.
Hey, I just wanna add, we should be thanking the businesses of the community. And Suzanne does a great job by listing and putting a billboard up down there of who sponsors it. And we patronize them and thank them as much as we can, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do it. So,
Team effort.
It's a team effort, yes.
So I just want to say thanks, guys, because
Yep.
you supported, you all helped us out. So we're official, let's see, and then that brings us to, let's see, we got the Fishing Derby, we got, August 24th, we actually have, our movie in the park night. It's gonna be at 7:30, it's a Saturday night, and we're not sure of the movie yet. We're still working on that as it gets closer. So that'll be in the works, that'll be coming out. And this year is our September's Fest's 25th year anniversary. So we're gonna try and make it a little bit bigger, better, and more awesome.
Clarify that, Dave, because a lot of people might be confused. It's really 24th year, but it's a 25th September Fest. Abby started this before they actually started recording them.
So there's the clarification.
It's the 25th.
Walked me into
You
that
ask
one.
Abby, it's the 25th September Fest.
Yeah. So we're gonna try and make it a little extra special, because Evie's put a lot of time and effort over the years, as well as everybody who's contributed. So it's just a huge, undertaking. Everybody that comes out and helps, and volunteers for the day. It's a full day, so it's appreciated for everything that everybody does in the community, and it's free for everybody, minus the food. So it's a break-even kind of day. So we have a lot of good things going on for the kids. A lot of smiling faces, a lot of kids smiling. The only thing I ask is if we could possibly get maybe an hour or two after the guys are working on the road to maybe get some lower areas filled in with dirt, possible?
Just mark where you want it.
Perfect. That would be awesome. I appreciate that. And then I'll just kind of give you a map or whatever if we have some notes. And I think we have I just want to introduce Maggie Oliver. She's going to be our, I've talked about the Veterans Memorial, and we're trying to do some work as far as revamping it, revitalizing it. So Maggie Oliver is one of our Park and Rec members. She's going to actually be the liaison between the Township, Park and Rec, and Fred Dice Road, Alan Grubb, and Charlie Gens, the founders of the Veterans Memorial. So give it to Maggie. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Hi, nice to meet you, those of you that I have not seen before. So just wanted to give you a brief update. And Park and Rec is really excited to revitalize this project. As some of you know, Fred, Charlie, and Alan were instrumental in the project 10 years ago. And we kind of hit a lull, and we want to reach out to the community and get the names of any veterans who have been residents of West Rockhill Township, past or present, doesn't matter, so that we can add their names, get a new plaque, add their additional names to the Veterans Memorial. So that's what we're looking to do right now. Our goal is to get 39 additional veterans names. To date, we already have 10, 6 of those just since the beginning of this month. So we feel like we're off to a really good start on that. We have the spring newsletter coming out shortly, has an article, has the form in it, and along with some other avenues, we're hoping to gather those names so that we can get a new plaque, new names cast on there to honor these veterans who have lived in the township. If you have a neighbor, family member, anyone that you might know, there is the form on the township website under the Park and Recs link. Please go. I have a few forms with me, But we would like to get this rolling and get those new names on so that we can honor it. It's a beautiful structure, and so we'd like to include everybody. So if you have any questions, you can see me after, but I want to get going on this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Could I bring up something? We need to appoint the 3 new members of the Park and Rec, Bonnie Stump, Doug Hanson, and Jody Qatar.
No, you don't appoint them.
There's one position.
There's only one position that's available, so that has to be decided upon who we're going to appoint to that position. The others would be, aldermen.
I understand, but we
Okay.
have to
We got,
appoint all 3 to some position. Is that correct?
Yeah, you have to make a motion who you want to appoint the members.
But you have to-
And the 2 alternates,
Right.
that was my point.
okay. I didn't understand.
Why don't we do it officially? Dave, you want to make a recommendation from the rec?
Your recommendation?
Yeah, first, Jody Guitar.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we accept the Park and Rec Committee's first, choice.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-7.
Thank
I would suggest, Dave,
And now
we
we
have
have,
a lot of good candidates.
Oh, we're good.
we need to
Keep
appoint,
going.
Doug Hanson
Doug Hanson and
and
Bonnie
Bonnie
Stump
as
as alternates.
Yep, I'll make
So
that
moved.
motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Thank you.
Thank you.
they're done. Thank you, Dave, good job. Take a busy schedule ahead of you. Okay, next item on the commission reports, and I see you, the chief sitting back there anxiously waiting to get up here and tell us all the good news. Hey, chief, how are you?
Good. This is the March report listing the activity for Penrose Regional Police for February. The department handled 510 calls for service, 219 were in East Rockhill and 291 were in West Rockhill. We handled 31 traffic crashes, 14 of those were in East Rockhill and 17 in West Rockhill. 16 were reportable crashes and 15 were non-reportable crashes. We handled 4 Part 1 crimes and 36 Part 2 crimes. The crimes in West Rockhill as follows: 1 theft report, 2 possession of heroin, 2 fraud cases, 3 disorderly conduct cases, 2 criminal mischief cases, 2 harassment cases, 1 public drunkenness case, 4 ordinance violations, and 6 dog law violations. In East Rockhill, the crimes are as follows: 1 rape by force, burglary no force at night, 1 fraud, 1 open lewdness, 1 sex offense against a minor, 1 underage drinking, 1 disorderly conduct, 5 possession of marijuana cases, 1 weapons violation, 2 harassment cases, 1 trespass violation, and 1 dog law violation. And the charges filed in March, we had 2 charges for possession of heroin, 2 charges of possession of marijuana, 2 charges of possession of 4 charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, 1 charge of theft, 1 charge of receiving stolen property, and 2 charges of disorderly conduct. And officers conducted 225 traffic enforcement details, 36 of those in Old Bethlehem Pike, issuing 16 business warnings, 65 citations, and 54 written warnings. And officers conducted 258 business checks. The Upper Bucks Motor Carrier Safety Enforcement Team was out. In Hilltown, they had 12 inspections, 14 violations were noted, 4 out of service violations, and 1 driver was placed out of service. So that's the police report for February activities.
Very good. Good job. Have you any questions about it?
I have none.
One thing to mention real quick, your local Penrose High School basketball team is outside my report. They are playing the state championship on Saturday against Kennedy Catholic out of District 10, which is Lake Erie area. So this is the first time Penrose High School basketball's been there. And
Nice.
we're excited, yeah. They
That's great.
had a couple buzzer beaters, and so we're excited. Faith Christian Academy made it to the Elite Eight. They were knocked out by Sankofa, so it's exciting for sports. And our local Lou Trevino, who's a West Rock Hill resident, is pitching for the Oakland A's, and they're currently in Japan. So it's all the useless information I have up here.
Former Penrose League baseball player.
Tell us more.
Oh, yeah, former Penridge Little League baseball player, yeah, that's right, Lou Torino was.
Who's gonna win March Madness? I'm doing my bracket.
My bracket's done, I picked Duke.
Everybody else.
You got a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
All right, Frank had a question.
I just have a
That's right.
question.
Sure.
The roadway alongside my property was tore up yesterday by some type of vehicle, the ditch, and it's really deep. Is that PennDOT's responsibility to straighten that out, or mine?
Well, if it's on your property, it's yours, but if it's in the ditch, it would be PennDOT.
So if I
Can
walk-
can it be classified as a ditch?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be PennDOT.
definitely. So just call them up and report it?
You can.
and-
Or you can call, or stop by the station and call, let us call, email.
Okay.
Someone had a comment, one of the residents last month, and I don't see her, she had an issue with Old Bethlehem Pike, or I'm sorry, Bethlehem Pike.
Yeah, Old 309.
Yeah, Old 309 with the potholes and issues with the speeding vehicles on 309 and vehicles speeding in the center there. So we didn't contact PennDOT regarding the potholes. I did see them out there today.
Did you?
Okay. With that machine that they
I
have.
was gonna ask you.
So we emailed them, Greg CC'd on that email, and we have a pretty good contact with PennDOT, and
Okay,
but let me email them for you.
all right, just call you up, give you the.
Call me up, leave it with the secretary or whatever, and then I'll
Okay.
email, and we'll start an email chain.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to accept Ron's report as presented.
Second.
So moved. All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks,
Chief.
Brian. Okay, next item, committee reports is Park and Rec. No, I'm sorry, Joint Rec. Sorry, Jim,
Yep, that's okay.
I missed the check.
We had our meeting on the first Thursday of the month. We focused on a couple different things this month. We're getting close to the start of the season. So we were focusing on the snack bar plans. We had our new snack bar. The lady who is contracted out to run the snack bar this year was there. And she ran us through all the food they were going to use and some of her plans. She's already staffed up and ready to go, so that's good. And the other thing we talked about was pool painting. We're gonna paint, we have to paint the pool this year, and this year we're gonna try something a little different, use a little more expensive paint rather than the cheap commercial paint. Hopefully it's gonna stick a little better. So, we have Dave, at Sellersville already called him today to get a date to start doing the painting, so.
How's it looking? How's the pool look?
The pool looks good. Now, we did have an incident this week, and I have video for Rod. Suzanne was over on the weekend and found out, she was talking to the skateboarders, and the skateboarders, they really keep their area cleaned up there. They use the old tennis courts up there. And when they left, there was a bunch of kids playing on the basketball courts. I have video of it. As soon as the skateboarders left, those kids ran down there and tore the whole skateboard park apart. Tore it to pieces. And I talked to Chief Blake today about putting it out on social media and see if they knew who they were. They were a group of middle schoolers. So we have to catch this. So anyhow, the skateboarders are putting their park back together, but we do have it on video. And I'm gonna give it to Chief Blake, and I'm gonna see that it gets out on social media to find out. 'Cause apparently these kids come there all the time to play in the park, so.
Yeah,
So anyway, that,
somebody trashes it.
yeah, so that, I'm glad we had those cameras available so we could get that video. Hopefully somebody will know who these kids are.
It's a shame.
It is.
I think you're making the right move on the paint, Jim.
Yeah, I think so too.
The investment will be worth it.
Yeah, last time, I mean, it just hasn't been holding up more than a year. In fact, last year it started chipping.
It chipped before.
It chipped before the first day of the pool opened up, so.
You get what you pay for.
You do, you're absolutely right, Don. So we're gonna go with a little higher priced tip this time, so we'll see what. That's all I really have for this year.
Okay, thanks. I move for approval.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Tax collector's report, Suzanne.
Okay, our annual taxes, bills went out March 1st, they hit everybody's mailbox about that time. Annual tax is $51,823.79 so far. interims, collected $1.75 in 18 annual interims, and $485.55 in streetlight tax. So April 30th is the end of discount, so that's next month.
A big pile of money then, right? Anybody have any questions, Mr. Dean?
No, I have none.
Okay.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Moved and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Engineers report, Mr. Bellew.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Chairman. First item we have on our report is the Got Walls minor subdivision that Chris had indicated we have representatives here tonight. If you could just give a brief overview. She'll put the
Good evening, everybody. My name is Estelle Everhart with Irick Everhart Mentis, the engineers that prepared this two-lot minor subdivision. With me, I have Brent and Julie Gottwalls, who are the owners and applicant of this site. As Chris indicated, this is on Detweiler Road, south of Providence 2, on the west side of Detweiler is somewhat, Rosecliff is almost opposite this as well.
Yep.
Townhouse subdivision. The Detweilers are proposing to subdivide this 10.3 acre lot into two lots. The large lot in the back, they'll have a flag access out to Detweiler, will be 8 acres. It'll be vacant and used for farming with their adjacent property right about where the north arrow is on the plan. And the existing home will be on 1.7 acres. The appropriate frontage along Detweiler Road of about 500 feet. Currently, that lot is served by on-lot well and septic, and part of the subdivision is they will connect to public sewer that is in Detweiler Avenue. About 300 feet down, or actually it's right at the north end of the site, Providence 2, the sewer extension, and they will connect by lateral within their property. And so therefore there are no road improvements proposed, as they indicated. We're looking for a fee in lieu of, and that's about it, in summary.
Could I ask you a question?
Sure.
How far off the road will the house be?
The existing house is there already. It's about, the front setback is about, 50 feet?
Okay.
So, yeah,
Yep.
there's no change, there's no public,
It's less than 125
yeah.
feet, yeah.
Yeah, it's within the, yeah, it works with the existing setback.
Okay.
So there's no improvements proposed with the exception of connecting to public sewer and possibly public water.
And I think one of the things we had a lot of discussion at the planning commission, because we always had concern of, we're creating a building lot. What are your intentions? In my understanding, I think Estelle touched on it, but this property is in family ownership. The Detweiler farm is in not the exact same, but similar